Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to make a special video introducing myself and kind of tell a little bit about why I got started doing this and how I found myself here. First I want to say I am not a professional and all of this is so new to me. So bear with me as I'm learning all of the technology and how to create videos and cut a little bit of that camera shy out. So let's get started. So about a year ago, my husband was diagnosed with a brain tumor, and I'm gonna designate a special video just to talk about that whole story in itself because it's a long story, but it's definitely a story that I do want to share. However, today I just don't want that to be the sole purpose of this video. However, again, like I was saying, that is what really has driven me to be in the space that I'm in today. When we found out that he was diagnosed with a brain tumor, his initial prognosis was not the best, and that was really hard. However, he came out on the other side really well and healthy, and things are doing a lot better. Having been through that, you would think that he would have this newfound sense of life and how he's living, and he does to a degree, but I feel like over the past year his story has more so impacted me and opened my eyes to my life and ways, making me figure out ways of like that I'm not living the life that I feel like God has called me to live. So it's kind of haunted me, I'd say, but more so it's pushed me to figure out my purpose and my happiness and what drives me in life. With that being said, I've been doing a whole lot of soul searching, a lot of praying, a lot of just questioning like my existence as a whole. I turned 30 this year, and I think that was another very, very big pivotal moment for me to realize that I'm not in the middle of my life, although sometimes I think I might be. But I'm not at the middle of my life, although I've lived 30 years and many times I don't feel like I've found my purpose and my happiness. And I work 2 jobs. Both of those are good jobs, and I'm really good at what I do. I'm a licensed physical therapy assistant, and also I'm a realtor. I enjoy both of those jobs. They're totally different, and I like that, but when I'm doing those things, I still feel like in the back of my mind, like, am I utilizing the skill set that I was blessed with? And sometimes I think I do, and sometimes I think I am, and then there's other times where I'm like, no, I'm good at what I do, but just because we're good at what we do doesn't necessarily mean that that's what God has called you to do. And it's taken me a lot of time to really figure that out and really realize that. So over the past year, especially after going through everything I went through with my husband, I've prayed a lot. I've had dreams. I've thought about it. I've talked about it to friends, probably way more than they ever wanted to hear. But I've opened my eyes and had discussions that I felt like were uncomfortable but necessary. And I'm finally realizing that God has called me for so much more. I have a skill set of things that I have always done and I've always enjoyed to do, and I've had people come to me and say, you know, how did you create that? How did you design this? How do you know how to do XYZ? And I haven't given much thought to that, but I feel like God's given me a talent of creativity and a talent of being able to organize things and design things. And even though that's a talent, it doesn't necessarily have to be a hobby. It can be a job. It can be anything that we want it to be if we allow it to be. And so initially my thoughts were, how can I utilize my talents in the careers I'm already in? Because I went to school for those careers. I've invested years and time and money, and it would be a lot easier just to make those things work. But the reality is those jobs are great, and there's times where I enjoy one more than the other, but at the end of the day, I don't feel like I can truly say that that is where God has called me to be. maybe he called me to be there for a season of my life, because truth be told, we wouldn't have the things that we have today if it weren't for my job, or jobs. But again, I just feel like we evolve as we get older, and we change. Our ambitions sometimes change with us, and for me, that's where I stand. So it kind of started out as a joke. I was talking to my friend, and I was just telling her what I was struggling with internally and how I was feeling, and just feeling kind of lost, and feeling like every day I would get up and I would do this routine that was just same one thing after the other, just to rush to hurry up and go to bed and get up and do it all over again. And I didn't feel like I had found my purpose in life. And I knew there was something I wanted to do, and I've always wanted to do, but I was kind of scared to do it because I was afraid what people would think about me. And I remember she said, "You should start a YouTube channel." And I just laughed, and I thought, that's not really what I wanted to do. That's not me. I'm camera shy. I mean, I like to talk to people. I don't have a problem getting up in front of a crowd of people and talking at all, but sitting in front of a camera, that's just intimidating. And as time went on, I do believe in signs. I believe in God, first and foremost. I will say that loud and clear. But I also believe that God gives us the ability to see things, and if we open our eyes to Him, we can, understand His purpose for our life if we just stop, be still, and listen. And I prayed hard. I was just like, "God, what is your purpose for me?" Because I don't feel like I'm living it right now. And I want to live in, God's will, because that's where I will find happiness. And I knew I wasn't doing that. So I prayed and I prayed, and that's when I felt like God pulling at my heartstrings, and He said, "I need to do what I'm feeling led to do," which first and foremost was create a blog. And as I'm creating this video right now, the blog is actually in the works. It has kind of been in the works for about a year now. That is a long process that I never knew. I thought people just created a blog and that was it, and there it was. I had no idea there was so much that goes on behind the scenes with the blog. However, I am happy to say that mine hopefully will be ready in the next month, but it has been a long time coming. Now, also with my blog, that's when I actually decided to take the quote-unquote joke of a YouTube channel and turn it into my reality. I felt like I was already utilizing my Instagram and occasionally TikTok. That's a hard platform for me to figure out, but I feel like I've been utilizing those platforms to showcase things that I was already doing, and I've been doing for years. I've been doing DIY stuff for years. I've been doing crafts with my kids forever. I have been designing, creating, party planning, all of those things anyways. I just haven't documented them. And so I've this past year decided to shift that and actually showcase the things that, like I said, I was already doing, but also I'm doing it not to say, "Here, look at me," and when I'm doing it to say, like, as women, we have talents, and there might be something that you feel like you can't do, and I want to show you that reality is a lot of these things that we see are not really that hard, and you can do them too, and be proud of it. And if you can't do it, that's okay. I want to teach you how to do things that you can do. And if nothing else, I hope that I inspire somebody who doesn't feel like they're living out their life's purpose to really do some soul searching and find that. Because I believe when we find our life's purpose and we cut ties with all of the fear of what people are going to think or what they're going to say, or maybe they're not going to like it, or, whatever that is, like, if you will let that go, then I feel like that's when we can unlock that true happiness in life. And it's taken me a long time to figure that out, and I'm still getting there. I'm still a work in progress. Like, I will be honest, right now, at this point in my life, I'm still not happy. I'm still on that transition. I am totally in the middle of my journey. And another reason that I'm glad I've taken the step outside of my comfort zone to create these videos is because for me, it's a document for me to look back on in a year and say, "Wow, look how far I've came." I mean, I already feel like that now. Like, I look back, again, my friend, we were laughing because I was so technology challenged that I could barely respond to an email. So I told her when I felt like, I was led to do this, I was like, I don't understand. Is there a crash course for how I'm going to learn how to do this? I don't have the financial abilities to go out here and pay somebody to teach me all of these things. And she said, no, you just got to try. You just got to, do a little bit here and there. And so I would spend every night looking at videos, searching things on YouTube, looking at other creators and other accounts and things that they were doing, and I was analyzing their transitions, their music, their lighting, like all of the things. And I even reached out to several larger accounts, and you would be surprised, I actually got to jump on calls with several people from those accounts, and I've met influencers in person that I've been able to speak to that have given me advice that, truthfully, if I didn't step out of my comfort zone, I would have never had that. And so this past year has taught me a lot, and I'm so excited to see what the year moving forward will hold as well. But again, like I said, I really want to make this a thing where once a week I sit down and I just talk, because I have been through, not just with my husband's brain tumor, but I've been through things in my life that I don't feel like were in vain. And I don't want to sit here and just talk about all the stuff that I've been through and my struggles, but I want to provide, incitement and wisdom. I am not wise, but guidance maybe to someone else who might be going through the same thing or has been through something similar, or maybe you're going to go through it later and you want to have something to look back on. I just want to provide encouragement and positivity to other women and other mothers, because the reality is the world we live in is mean. It is harsh and it is hard, and we need more positivity. We need more light, and I felt called to do that. And I just, like I said, I want y'all to bear with me, because this is a learning process for me, and I'm growing and I'm evolving, and I hope that you will grow and evolve with me. But that's my story. That's how I got started, and I'm so happy to be here. I'm excited, even though I'm nervous, but I look forward to many more videos, and I hope that y'all will subscribe, and I hope that you will enjoy your time here. Bye, guys.